We are here to bring plain language practitioners and advocates from around the world to discuss issues around what's happening in their countries with plain language, how the governments are moving toward the use of plain language so that citizens can interact more effectively with their government. Those of us like myself who work with corporations, how we can move corporations to provide information that we can all understand. So we're here to share our knowledge, our experience. Many people here have experience in the health industry or finance or legal or government, and there are case studies that can be helpful for all of us to understand. So I think some of the key messages to come out of the conference, and that it's important for people to understand, is that people have a right to understand information that affects their lives. And so when we live in a democracy in which we interact on a fairly constant basis with our government, we have a right to understand the information our government gives us, because we are making crucial decisions based on the information that we've been given. So just as a quick example, in the US, the form students fill out for financial aid has 80 pages of instructions and 100 questions. Thousands of students don't go to college because they can't figure out how to fill out the financial aid form. So plain language would enable citizens to interact more easily with their government. On the private side, corporations have a stake in giving us information that's easy to understand, because companies gain respect, they gain trust, people feel better about the company, and our lives can be made simpler. But the other issue I want to just mention is I'm giving a talk on empathy, and that it's very important, I think, for companies and the government to understand that when we read, we don't simply read with our logical, rational brain. In fact, we actually read with our emotions, and we use data to support our emotional response. And I think it's important that as writers, we recognize and move forward with the idea that causing confusion and anger is a result of complexity. And when we get information in a simple, clear, easy manner, it's almost as if we just sigh with relief, because it was an easy task, a task that often seems onerous, like reading through a disclosure, ends up being something that's simple. And that helps both us, and it helps the entities that produce this information.